Hello everybody and welcome back to Sit and Knit for a Bit Christmas edition.
Yes, this is the Christmas countdown, this is the calendar, and we hope you have been enjoying today's episode of Sit and Knit for a Bit, which we have moved from a Wednesday to a Sunday because of the pandemic. Today is a 2nd of Advent, so as you can see we've now lit the second candle in our little candle holder and also on our Advent candle holder that we have over there. In honor of the second Advent, which means we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. Today is December 6th.
Yeah.
And before we start
we have to do the formalities.
Before we start this little podcast, which is going to be short today, we are going to give a few thanks to Prym for helping us and supporting the Christmas calendar. We couldn't have done this without them. So big shout out to Prym, and please check the links in the description of our episode if you want to find out more about their pretty amazing ergonomic needles.
And Prym Ergonomics, welcome to the future of knitting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm good.
Yeah, you're really good. So because the podcast today has already been quite long, we're gonna tell you a little story about the Christmas ball that we're gonna be revealing today, and we are gonna let you get on with whatever it is you need to do. I'm sure people are busy preparing for Christmas.
So less than 5 minutes today.
Wow, we could keep it at 5 minutes or something like that.
We can try.
Yeah,
before we show the ball first, or will you talk about?
No, we'll tell the story first.
The story first.
I do want to mention that the elves have been here again overnight.
Yeah, and, where is the Christmas tree from yesterday?
I don't know. They moved it.
We should put it up somewhere.
Yeah, but they put a little plate with cones today.
We have cones today.
Which I think is quite lovely. I wonder if the Christmas elf
I think there are more elves than me in this house.
Yeah, do you think the elf is Eric?
Maybe Eric is hiding in the bushes somewhere.
Yeah, maybe he's hiding and then he's coming in here at night and fixing everything. I still can't figure out who the Christmas elf is. But these Norwegian elves, they're very small, aren't they?
They are tiny.
So maybe Eric.
You can hardly see them.
Maybe Eric is out of the question.
I don't think it's Eric.
He's a tall Viking, as we all know.
So, and you know what, Carlos? Today, what day it is today?
Oh yes, today is Finland's National Day. So happy birthday, Finland!
Happy birthday to Finland.
Yes. A couple of years ago.
We should say that in Finnish, but we can't.
No, we don't speak Finnish.
We don't speak Finnish. Sorry.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, the difference between Scandinavia and the Nordic countries is that Scandinavia only includes Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and sometimes Iceland. It has to do with languages. If you're actually only looking at the area, Scandinavia is only Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. But we all speak Scandinavian languages together with the Icelandic, so sometimes it's included
and
like
also
that.
in the Faroe Islands, they speak Scandinavian.
But that I don't know if they consider that Scandinavia.
No,
but anyway,
it was part of Denmark once.
Yeah, it was. But anyway, Finland is not Scandinavia because Finnish language is not related to Scandinavian languages. Finnish is more related to Estonian, Hungarian, and so therefore we are divided in that sense. But the Nordic countries does include Finland, and we wish all our Finnish viewers a happy 6th of December, which is today.
And talking about Finland, a few years ago we had a Finnish TV team there, you remember?
Yeah.
And we were like part of a Christmas program that was shown on Finnish and Norwegian TV, I know.
Yeah, I remember that
you
vividly.
Were so upset because they wanted to take us to this place where they have this fish.
No, that's not the story.
They wanted you to talk about the fish.
Well, that's the story.
Yeah, and so I was doing the cooking, which I'm bad at normally, but actually...
Well, let's tell the story from the beginning, because you really go very fast here. So the story is that they came, they wanted to film, it was a TV show about cooking, about traditions in the Nordic countries.
Yeah.
So they came to Norway to do a Christmas show, and that was the year when our Christmas balls became international. Yeah. So it was in 2011. And they came. They had a group of people coming in advance to do a location scout and all of that. And we talked about places we could go here. And there was there's this tradition in Norway where we make this salted trout, which is really lovely. You don't like it that much, but I do love it. And we told them there was a kind of a farm where we could go and have a look at that.
Fish farm.
A fish farm, and they went and they saw it and they loved it, and then they wanted us to do the Christmas ball knitting and bake cookies, and then they went to this really cool cook. Remember Mona?
Mona, yeah.
In Oslo, the really cool
punk rocker.
Yeah, an old punk rocker with her mohawk, and she's really
not old, Carlos. She was young.
Yeah. Okay.
Like me. Be careful.
Okay, I'm going to be very careful. But you know, punk was in the 80s. I would say it's old in a way. She's a very cool punker, but she's really a fantastic cook. She's had restaurants and all that. And then the guys from Maemo, which is a 3-star Michelin restaurant in Norway, were also in the show, and we all contributed different things. And now
that's so funny.
Well, I was expecting Arne was going to knit the balls and I was going to make the cookies. But they loved the idea of the salted trout so much that they had me go with them to interview the owner of the farm.
You were like the reporter, kind of.
Yeah.
You were showing them the trout place.
Yes.
And you were so upset because I was in the kitchen cooking, and that year it was so cold.
Well, that was the thing.
Hardly no snow.
That was the thing about that year. It was ice cold. The temperature here was minus 15 Celsius, which is below 0 in Fahrenheit as well, but there was no snow, and it was really awful cold. When the snow comes, it's actually not as bad.
No, but it was, I think, because when there's no snow, it's also not good for the plants in the garden.
Yeah, we were very worried.
I'm very worried when it gets cold and when there's no snow. But there was another thing that year, because since it wasn't snow, we had ice on the lake.
Well, we usually have ice on the lake, but the ice is then covered with about 2 or 3 or even 4 feet of snow.
Just like if you dig the snow on the lake, there's always water between the ice and the snow. So like people ask us, are you ever going skating or something? And we said never, because there's always too much snow. But that year we could have done it if we had those.
Yeah, because if you imagine no snow, minus 15 Celsius, the lake would have frozen well, and it could have been really safe to skate. Now I remember I was freezing my behind off. And I was so upset because I was cold, and I was there with that bloody camera and the microphone and interviewing the guy, because this is the task that they gave me. And I knew that Arne was going to be in front of a fire, an old-fashioned stove that we have in our kitchen. He was going to be nice and toasty and warm.
Doing eating cake actually, because we made the cakes first, and then we ate cakes. And I was knitting Christmas ball with the girl who was the program. What you call that? Program edit?
Yeah, she was leading the talk show host.
The talk show host.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about you, because you were out there in the cold doing things you really don't like.
And I know that you knew that I was going to be very upset about this. Of course, I did it all very professional, because I am a professional, and I did it with a smile on my face, even though it was a
little bit frozen smile.
A frozen smile.
Still.
And that year we could have potentially have ice skated on the lake. It's probably the only year, Arne,
I think
that I can remember having no snow in November, having ice cold weather, and having a lake that was completely frozen and safe. Other than that, I cannot remember a year like that, because usually once the snow falls, it covers the ice, and then you cannot ice skate.
No. So that brings us to the ball.
Well, it brings me also quickly another memory I have. So weather like that we had the year after in the Netherlands. Remember when we were in Amsterdam?
That was nice. Yeah, that was really nice.
It was just kind of the same weather that we had that year before when we were doing the cooking show. But in Amsterdam, when the canals freeze, people go skating there, and it is so interesting, the culture and the differences. So in Norway, you only need about this much snow, and all the Norwegians are going to go out with their skis, right? That is the national sport of Norway. And Oslo, even in Oslo, you'll see people getting on the subway with skis on to go up to Holmenkollen to ski. And in Holland, when it gets really, really cold and the canals freeze, the Dutch people, they put on their skates. Remember people skating with briefcases going to
because
work?
the woman from the publisher in the Netherlands told us that like people actually were skating when they went to work, because
we saw it.
They had the camel.
It was so incredible to see.
But that won't happen up here.
No, that won't happen up here.
But we have snowshoes.
We do, yes.
Because I bought these beautiful snowshoes last year when we were in America, but the leather was rotten, so now they're with a cobbler in Lillehammer, and he's gonna fix all the leather for us. And I bought 2 pairs, and we're gonna walk in the woods.
Or in the lake.
I'm a little bit afraid of the lake, even in the winter, but I can do
around Easter when the ice is 2 meters, 6 feet
it's normally
thick.
safe.
It's
I'm
safe.
a little bit.
I know you're a little bit wary about doing it, but as long as there's tons of snow on top of the ice, we're good. So we're gonna be snowshoeing on the lake since we can't skate. However, in honor of Finland's National Day and in honor of our story of the only time we could have skated on the lake, which we didn't because we were busy with the Finnish television team, today's Christmas ball is number 6, December 6th, and we've called it ice skating. And it is a shoe, an old-fashioned shoe or boot with a skate on it.
So that's the ball.
Again, embellished with some lovely Swarovski crystals. We haven't quite finished embellishing them.
We haven't finished all. Maybe we finished a few of them, but not all. Because we like to do it.
It's a very, very lovely ball. I really like the idea of ice skating. The only time, Arne, okay, this is an awful story.
What was that?
Yeah, and then we're going to finish because we were supposed to be quick. The only time I can recall ice skating was when we lived in Stockholm. I was about, I think, either 4 or 5 years old.
You haven't told me this before.
I think I have.
No.
The only time I ever skated, I broke my daycare teacher's arm.
Really?
Yes. I was 4 or 5 years old. I put the skates on and I was afraid.
That's bad.
I was afraid to go on the ice, so I held my daycare teacher's or my kindergarten teacher, or I held her hand. And then I lost my balance and I fell and I didn't let go of her. So I don't know how a 5-year-old kid could pull a big adult like that, but she was also on her skates and maybe she was very unstable. So I have a very
I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, I have a very dramatic memory of my first and last experience on ice skates.
But
however, I do remember.
This on the trip?
Yeah. I do remember in the 80s though. I did go roller skating.
Yeah, you were like the Xanadu, Olivia Newton-John.
That was when I was in camp. I was in a New Jersey camp for one summer when I was 9 years old, and it was in the 80s, and we went to this kind of roller skating place with all the disco music, and you could skate around. I really loved it.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. So
you had like hot pants and singlet, t-shirt?
No, I was only 11.
Okay.
Or 9, or I don't know. No, I was 9. No, I didn't have that.
You didn't have that outfit that you have on the picture from when you were a kid in South America?
No, I was wearing jeans. Okay. Anyway, my very dramatic experience with ice skating. I still don't mind this Christmas ball, and I'm going to be the one hanging this one up anyway.
I think you should, and then I can do the formalities.
Yeah, but maybe before the formalities, people who are not aware of the calendar.
Oh yeah, because we have only 5 minutes. I think you can put that in also.
Yeah, we'll squeeze that in as well.
Squeeze it in. We have still a few minutes.
So this daily calendar is done every day, of course, until December 24th. And there are patterns. If you want to join us on the knit along, go to arnecarlos.com and you can get the calendar there. It's still not too late. And if you're a quick knitter, I'm sure you will be able to catch up. This is the 6th ball that we reveal.
Yeah.
And also remember that if you take photographs of your Christmas balls, post them on Instagram and hashtag them at ARNE CARLOS or hashtag sit and knit for a bit, you're eligible for the competition. And in January, we are going to select our favorite, our 2 favorite images, and the winners will win what?
A tote bag, which is very rare. This is the bag people get when they come on our knitting cruises in Norway,
Mm-hmm.
and then inside there's a book that we will sign for you, our book about how to make your own idea book, this one, and then there's like a lot of needles in there.
Yeah, there's like circular needles, you've got, let's see what else, the carbon needles, you've got, you've got yoga needles for cable, there's tons and tons of needles in here, so...
and they're all from Prym.
Yes.
So now you can try and see.
So tag your photographs with ARNE CARLOS and sit and knit for a bit, and you're eligible to win 2 of these prizes. One will be selected by Arne and one by myself. Okay, I think that these 5 minutes have passed
I think that
very
passed
quickly.
Very quickly.
And it's time for the formalities.
So if you like the video, put your thumbs up and please subscribe and put on your notifications, because then you will have a message every time there's a new video out, and that can be anytime.
Yeah.
And see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Hope you've been enjoying these daily podcasts, these short 5-minute podcasts, and we look forward to bringing you a new one tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. See you.
And now I'm gonna hang the skate and think about my traumas as a child.
About it. Yeah, don't think too much about it.